And I thought, wouldn't that be awesome to make like a wool tunic out of it? You're worried about spending your time and energy sewing something that you might not want to wear or it doesn't suit you. But what about if you start from something that you already wear, you love wearing, and it fits you? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to clone your clothes, how to make a new pattern, and then sew whatever it is that you want to make. This is a very user-friendly, beginner-friendly, and I think you will probably get a lot out of this video. So I have laid down my poncho tunic down, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through the contour to get a pattern from it. And then I know how it fits me, so I'm happy with it. And then I'm going to start cutting my beautiful fabric. So what do you need? What materials you need? Well, you need whatever item you're cloning, the new material to sew, the thread, scissors, a sewing machine, and that's about it. Okay, so this is my pattern. What I've done here is, this is the front, which is a little bit lower for the neck, and that's the back. So I'm going to use the same pattern, but I'm going to cut this thing for the front and this for the back. And I'm just literally just going to put it on the fold of my fabric, and that is it. Just cut it off. I actually made a pattern with a summer tunic because I want to remake it again. But the truth is, you could just literally cut your fabric with using your old item as the pattern. I think I would still prefer to make the pattern though. Hello. I have laid down my pattern on this beautiful wool fabric. I'm going to cut the back first, and then I'm going to cut this wedge, and then I'm going to position it a little bit lower down and cut the front. This is going to take me the whole 5 minutes to make this tunic. It's so simple. Yeah, I'm really excited. Let me do this. If you decide to make this tunic, or a tunic similar to this, but you don't have enough fabric because it's quite wide, you could always put your pattern pieces not on the fold of the fabric, but actually give yourself a seam allowance right in the middle. So you can actually have two different pieces of textiles. So you could make one piece with any nice solid fabric, and the other side you can even do a patchwork. That would look really cool too. Okay, so these are my two pieces. This is the back, this is the front. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to do French seams, so it will finish all the seams nicely. So I'm gonna put right side, although I was gonna say right side to right side, but very much alike. I'm just gonna open them up and just stitch. Let's call this the right size and this the wrong size. So I'm gonna stitch the right sides together around the shoulders and the sides, and then turn it around, trim it, and stitch it again. So all the edges are engaged into the French seam. Okay, so I've done the shoulders, stitch it right sides together. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna chop the seam close to the stitch as possible. I'm gonna iron it, turn it around, and then stitch it this way. So this will be the inside of a tunic, and the seams will be finished beautifully. A tip if you're making this kind of doormat sleeves is that trying to make the line from the neckline to the sleeve, trying to make it on an angle. Try not to do it straight away, like in a 90 degree, because it will be very boxy item. I mean, it will look a little bit more kimono-esque, you know, kimono-like. So, I mean, maybe that's what you want to do, and then by all means go ahead. But if you don't, trying to make the line on an angle. To finish the openings, like the neckline, the sleeves, and the hem, the bottom hem, you could use a couple of techniques. For the neckline, I decided to copy the shape of the neckline and make a facing, and then actually put a bias tape around the facing to have a perfect finish. But you could also just use the bias tape a straight neckline. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut these two and then sew them together. So now I'm gonna stitch them together, and then I'm gonna stitch it to my tunic. Okay, so now I'm gonna attach the facing to my tunic with right size together. So because I've done the tunic with French seam, I'm gonna put the French seam to one side to the back, and I'm gonna attach the seam, the shoulder of the facing with the shoulder of the tunic, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. It's a lot better and easier to do if I didn't do the French seams, but I thought it gives a nice finish inside. And then I'm just gonna go around the neckline. So I'm just gonna sew it all together now. This is how the neckline looks like now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a stitch to the stitch in the ditch here picking up the seam, so the vista stays down when I iron it like that for the neckline, so it will be finished nicely and it will not start going up. If your machine doesn't like to go through all of those layers, you could always start and finish just before the seam, and then you could just do a couple of hand stitches. My machine goes through it, but not all the machines are the same. You do French seams everywhere, but because there is a curvature around the arms, it's very difficult to do French seams there. So you could always just finish all the seams with bias tape, as I did on the sides. To finish the sleeves, I'm just gonna fold over twice, and I'm just gonna do a single stitch, a top stitch all around because it's fraying like crazy. So fold it and then fold it over again, and just stitch it all around. I'm gonna hem it all around, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna fold once, about 1 centimeter, and then fold again, and then just put a pin on this. I could have ironed it, but I always eyeball more stuff. Should be okay. Famous last words. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna stitch it all around. I just wanted to show you very quickly how I actually finished the whole tunic. I'm very happy with it. So at the edge of the facing, I put the bias tape so it doesn't come undone. And I also did a little stitching to close so it won't lift up. Then there's a French seams in here. And then I couldn't do the French seams on the curly side of it. So I put the bias tape in there. So this is how it ended up looking. I'm very happy with it. I was meant to have my tunic in there to do the wrap up and talk about it. But my mother-in-law was visiting for 10 days. It was her 75th birthday and she loved the tunic. So it is on its way to the UK as we speak. I hope you enjoyed the video and don't worry, I will be making another one for myself. And I'm having lots of new videos coming up. So please subscribe and thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.